up, everybody? I'm back, and so is Inter Miami, as they've got some games this week. And so it's going to be, we should have a lot of fun and things to talk about. Unfortunately, there are some injuries we got to talk about, some cruise ships, all kinds of fun stuff to talk about tonight. But as always, I don't do this by myself. Everybody say hi to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. How you doing, Ed?
How's it going, downtown Peter Brown? I'm here at the Futbol Miami TV Cafe, just chilling. Doña Yusmesi actually passed me a mug with Winnie the Pooh on there. So,
all right. Well, it kind of brings me back to where I was last week.
And that's kind of the segue. I was kind of going to ask you how to go in Disney World. I thought you went to the new stadium, Inter Miami.
No, I don't mix soccer with family trips. It doesn't go well, you know.
With Disney, so. Just say it. You don't mix, sports with Disney.
It's funny, as you suggested that, right? And so I mentioned to my daughter, and she's like, no. And so, you know. But yeah, luckily I was able to join in on the show. Now, actually, not if I had known that Marco wasn't going to be able to make it, I could have actually videoed in. But because I was just sitting. What had happened is there's a ride in Epcot that makes me sick. The Guardians of the Galaxy. So my daughter and my wife went on the ride, and so I'm just sitting in one of the cafes, just chilling, chatting with you on the phone. But and they took a little while, so I had time to partake in majority of the show, which you did a great job with. So, but yeah, it was a fun weekend.
I tried. Yeah, Marco was supposed to show up, but yeah, he got late, and then he just decided. I think there was only like 10 minutes left, so he decided not to even try.
Right. Well, anyways, everybody's starting to fill into the chats. It looks a little bit light, but so everybody needs to go in and say your hellos and all that kind of good stuff in the chats, and we'll start welcoming. I like one guy's got a Def Leppard icon for his YouTube icon. I dig that.
Well, I just came from I think it was Home Goods or one of those places with my granddaughter, and I saw a Def Leppard shirt, her size.
Sure.
Oh, and I thought about you. I was like, maybe I should get that for Aria.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Def Leppard is one of those bands that has become popular with kids, not the music, the shirt. Just like how they'll wear a Guns N' Roses or an AC/DC or a Led Zeppelin. They don't know anything about the music. I always see a kid wearing one of those shirts, and I want to so badly go up to them and say, "Name 2 songs." just give me evil. One song.
You're evil. How would you do that to the poor kid?
They don't know how to do that. My daughter bought a Metallica shirt, so I told her, I said, "You need to know a Metallica song." So I made her listen.
Good.
She didn't
Did you like it?
No, hell no. Oh no.
But the thing is that back then, I used to always, get those peachy folders. Remember those? And I'd write band names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The band names back then were awesome. They had all.
But they were all logos. They were all specific logos. So it was all about creating the cool logo, like a Van Halen logo or stuff like that.
And you try to imitate that, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah, those are the old days. That was good stuff. You could write on your folders back then. Not so much anymore. Anyways, getting off on a tangent right off the bat, which is a lot of fun. But anyways, before we get busy and say hello to everybody in the chat, let's give a thank you to our sponsors. And let's start off with Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. You see they updated their logo there with a little pink and black.
Fancy pink.
And also, we got a QR code up on the screen, too. So if you want to just scan that QR code, it'll take you directly to their website where all orders over $99 ship for free. So, lots of good stuff. Best place in town to get the best prices for Inter Miami, Florida Panthers, Miami Hurricanes, Dolphins, all the local stuff. And
Peter Brown, Mia Rodrigues, the goat of all realtors in South Florida, man. She speaks 3 languages. Impossible not to be able to communicate with her. She also has a QR code right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, people can just, go there and, you can WhatsApp her. So there's no excuses if you want to invest in South Florida. Mia is a person to go to. And Peter, I was going to say about her, she's still doing the casting call thing. So, so just so you guys know, if you contact her, there's a chance you could be on her show, The American Dream. So, get in contact with her. She could possibly put your property or your business on her show, and you might make some extra money just right. You're famous. She'll make you famous.
All right. Yeah, I was watching, her stuff on Facebook. She puts a lot of the houses that she's showing and stuff like that. There was like some fancy house she was showing images of like some sort of $6 million house or something crazy. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Making that money,
cool.
Make that American dream happen.
All right. So, Ed, do you have your phone ready to say hello to everybody, or is that my job today?
Actually, Peter Brown, I was going to tell you I did it again.
All right. So we're going to start off with who I can see. And so I only see people that since the show launched. So if you chatted earlier, I don't see it. So let's start off with who I see. And that is Francisco Garcia. Thanks for joining, Francisco. Then we've got Jose Velasquez. Bruno Vieira. Welcome. Here we go. Michael Donnelly from Chile with the Def Leppard, icon.
Mm-hmm.
Our good buddy Patrick Barnhill.
Yeah.
Sure.
Good old Patrick.
Esteban Mejia. Thomas Crown is here.
Nice.
And, Michael is telling us that Def Leppard rules, by the way.
Oh, look at
that. For Def Leppard, it's the first two for the early stuff. Early stuff. You got to pay attention to the early stuff. The later stuff doesn't. It sucks. Anyways, One World, One Goal is here as always. And that's it for now.
All right.
Esteban calling me out. Construction updates. Peter slacking.
Actually, my fault. Last week,
yes.
Or was it the week before? I was supposed to do that video. I wasn't able to get out there. Something came up.
Let's set the record straight. Peter's job was the Fort Lauderdale one. Ed's supposed to be picking up the slack in Miami because it's a lot closer to you, but
it just hasn't happened lately. This whole Latin thing, is just literally, getting me. So
yeah.
So mea culpa.
I plan on going there next week, probably on the weekend. I don't think I have anything planned. It was a very busy weekend for me this weekend. Going to visit my mother yesterday and then stuff around the house today. But I don't think I have anything planned for next weekend. So, and I know the one reason people are talking about it, and One World, One Goal left a voicemail, and you can leave one as well by calling 786-474-4435. And in her voicemail, she does mention something about an image that's been floating around. I don't know who took the image, but it's from a plane. But if you look at that image, not much has changed really since my last construction update. So it looks like more has happened, but that's mainly because it's just a nice airplane view. Like, you get a different kind of view than I can get on the ground. But not much has changed. But we'll still go out there and check it out. A couple more people popped in here. Anthony Ornelas is now in here. Chris Arjun, the best photographer. And freezing his butt up in New Jersey, Eric Thomas.
Good old Eric Thomas. I was going to say something about my train of thought just went over the roof right now. I'm getting old, Peter. I'm forgetting
I was going to say that's age right there. That's age that you're talking about.
Oh, look at that. Good old Eric.
Telling everybody to like,
this is kind of like a preview of the game against, who is it? I know it's all something. They're playing at 1 p.m.
Tomorrow's game is Al Hilal.
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal. That's Neymar's team.
Oh.
Neymar's team is that one, and then Thursday is Al Nassr, if I'm saying that right. I don't know, and that's Ronaldo's team.
Yeah, is Ronaldo playing? We know Neymar's not playing. He's hurt, probably out for the rest of the season. Ronaldo just got hurt as well.
Yeah, so he's questionable from what I understand. But Neymar is definitely out. Yeah, I was hoping for for what this matchup right here is what we were kind of hoping to see a little bit. These two guys going at each other for fun again, but don't know if that's happening.
Yeah, man, it's gonna suck for everybody that bought those tickets. I mean, they're pretty expensive, I imagine. I know at least the Hong Kong ones were already sold out. Not sure about the Saudi Arabia ones, but and the Japanese ones, forget about it. All those are probably sold out because in Asia they just love these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there was a video that was shown. I think I saw it. I think our friend Susio, I think, is the one who posted. I mean, it's not his video, but he's the one I saw post it. Is of kind of like the walkway in the stadium for wherever, I forgot the name, Al Riyadh. I don't know how to say that stuff. The stadium that they're playing in. It's like the tunnel that the Inter Miami is going to walk through is all LED screens all the way around, and it's all like they did it up with all Inter Miami LED screens. It looks pretty amazing, which then just it makes you question whether or not Inter Miami could do something like that in Miami. Right. When they build the stadium there, as we're talking about stadium updates and things like that. So one goal is kind of yelling at me, it looks like, in the chat a little bit about the things we're talking about or what she left a voicemail about. So let's go listen to her voicemail.
Let's do it.
It's time for your voicemail. Hello?
Hey, Peter and Uncle Ed and all the great fans out there, old and new. Hope everybody's doing good. Oh my gosh, this January is like kind of dramatic, as always, as we seem to have in the soccer world. Good news on the stadium. It looks like they cleared the land really nice, which I saw an update from Alex Windley. And if you're not following her, I forget now what she is on Twitter, but go to my Twitter at One World, One Goal, and I have just tweeted that you can subscribe to her newsletter. And she is so fantastic. I know she got laid off in December like a lot of media people did, and you saw Sports Illustrated even did. So I would love for the team to hire her in some kind of capacity or, writing or, really anything to do with reporting, press, anything. I mean, she's such a great talent. We've had her on the show before. And she had a nice coverage how they cleared the land like a huge oval shape, completely flat and remediated so that they actually could be having the groundbreaking ceremony pretty soon. Very exciting. And now I know everybody's wigging out about these injuries. Now Ben has injured and what's his face? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I want to say Avilas, but I think that's wrong. I think it was the other one. Anyways, we had two major injuries. And, that's going to happen. Unfortunately, they didn't have much warm-up. They hopped on a plane. They're playing in foreign countries where, people are going to be a little bit aggressive. They're showing off for maybe getting hired in MLS or getting hired by some other, scouts. So they're going to play aggressive on these other teams. It is unfortunate. And we have to take shots. My gosh. We had like 6 or 8 shots in one game and then 7, 8 shots in the next game when we have nearly 69, 70% possession. You have to shoot like 17 or 18 shots a game, not on goal, not on target, but just in general shots. And then 2 or 3 will go in. Well, obviously some have to be on target. Anyway, love you guys. Love the show. And everyone keep your chin up. The game tomorrow is on Apple TV at 1 o'clock. And then the following game may or may not be against Ronaldo if his little injury is better, but that game is a big game also at 1 o'clock, whatever day that is, both and all the rest of the preseason are on Apple TV. So let's go. Vamos Miami. I almost said Vamos Fusion. Love you guys. Love the show.
All right. Thank you. One World, One Goal. So actually, if anybody's curious on the games, I did pull this up just so to talk about it. This is MLS season pass, and I think these games are free. I'm not sure because I think like our MLS season pass, I think probably is technically expired. And like I was watching a game earlier today when we lost to New York FC, NYCFC, and just rewatching just because I felt like watching some Inter Miami this afternoon, and it marked on there free. Now it's an old replay game, but anyways, so my point is, whether you have MLS Season Pass or not, you may have access to these. So check it out. But the show starts, the stream starts at 12:45 tomorrow. So game time is 1, but 15-minute pre-show or something. Then Thursday is the Al Nassr game, and then February 4th is the Hong Kong game, and then they're even showing the Newell's Old Boys game here. So if you're not going to that game, you'll be able to watch all these on Apple TV. So that's good. And if you're a season pass holder, you're going to get MLS Season Pass again this year. So that's good.
The more soccer, the better. I can't wait, man.
Yeah, no, it's I'm ready to go. I was luckily it was fairly easy to watch the other two games. The way I did it was because I'm not going to sit there and watch the game on my computer. I'm just not going to do that. But because you had to watch it through MLSsoccer.com, so I just put it on my iPad and then shared my iPad to my TV. Boom, got it on the big screen.
Nice.
So that's good. Anyways, but one thing that One World, One Goal was talking about was some of the injuries, which started off with Farias, and that's why when I was coming up with the show title, I mentioned injury bug. But Farias, he's out for the year, and this with an ACL, and this is what, his second ACL that he's torn. Was it the same?
Prior to coming to Inter Miami, he was a big prospect to go to Europe and stuff like that. Got hurt, and as soon as he got better, Inter Miami went and snatched him. Unfortunately, he's got an injury. I don't know if it's the same leg.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd probably have to look into that. But the thing is, it's the second time it's happened, and he's out for the season.
Thomas Crown is saying it's the other leg. So that's I mean, I guess that's good, right? You don't want to keep hitting the same leg.
I guess.
That's
a good point.
But neither are good, so
Yeah, but the thing is, hopefully we don't have the problem that we have with Mr. Glass with Robinson, who's gets hurt every time he gets on the pitch.
Is he Mr. Glass Part 2? Maybe, hopefully not.
Oh, I hope not. But then we have Ian Frey, who also gets hurt all the time.
Yeah, but those were Ian Frey. I don't know. That was a serious injury. I don't. With Robbie, those tend to be like little injuries that seem to nag, like an ACL or stuff like that. Those are massive injuries. With Robbie, it seems to always be I twisted my ankle, and it hurts.
I did an owie,
a hamstring, So I don't know. But then Louis Rodrigues is mentioning also we have Kromoski as well, and this looks like a face of frustration. That's why I picked that picture. So
yeah,
I was actually more upset that he got hurt than Farias, only because I thought he had a really bright year last year, a breakout year, and I was excited to see what he may do this year. There's so many games that everybody's going to get a lot of playing time, whether you're a starter in the beginning or not. But so luckily with him, with Kromoski, it's only a hernia. He went under. I'm just going to shut my mic off. I'm just going to shut my mic off. I can't talk. Mm-hmm. He had surgery.
Yep.
He'll be out for like 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. Hopefully, he'll be able to, work that out quick because we're going to need him. But yeah, that's two of our young guys that are hurt already. So that really sucks, Peter Brown.
But Ed, that's not all, because when I was going to talk about this, but let me put this one up first. Here's a shot that this is a screenshot from a video that our friend Franco Panizzo videoed on board the Icon of the Seas, and that's Jorge Mas walking up to the stage. He also had some sort of knee surgery done, apparently. So even the ownership has been hit with the injury bug.
I'm telling you, Peter, this is really. I don't know if you got hurt in El Salvador also. I put that on Twitter last week as soon as I saw that video, and I was like, oh man, that's not a good sign. Maybe he was trying to be our new defender that we need so desperately, but hoping he recovers quick too.
Yeah, and there we go. Lots of injuries already. But so what do we think? Do we think the injuries are because, hey, I think Italia said something to the effect of, hey, it happens. Yeah.
Well,
but
the problem we have, Peter, is that all the other teams are going to play at 100% because they want to beat Messi's team.
Yeah.
So, and it's a good way of showing off. I mean, the world is watching. So, a lot of these El Salvador players, for example, they were like really trying to, make a name for themselves, while our players are playing half-ass, thinking, this is a preparation game, no big deal, whatever. Of course, every player wants to win, but you could really see the cobwebs in that game. Everybody was just like so rusty,
right?
That it seemed like a challenge.
And so, and Francisco jumping in here saying those type of injuries are not normal. I don't know. It makes you wonder. They had 6 or 7 days, I think 6 days of training before they hopped on their first plane. That doesn't seem like enough. Now, the off season was fairly short. I mean, because they're playing earlier this year than they did last year, but they did, didn't make it far, and in the postseason. So their off season was longer than some others, and
Messi complaining that this was the longest break that he's had in a while.
Complaining, or did he enjoy it?
He was saying, he was actually complaining because he thought, he was afraid he was going to be out of shape. It was just too long. I think he was starting to get bored.
So that's what I was wondering is, they may not be allowed, but they should have potentially pulled them into training a week or two earlier so that they had at least 2 weeks of fitness training before hopping on the plane to El Salvador. But I don't know. I wonder if they're allowed to do that because, we're talking about unions here and the CBAs. And I do know that CBAs in some leagues, I would have to look it up for MLS. But I know in some leagues that, NFL and things like that, there are like rules about how much you can practice and things like that. And so it's like all teams call like their players in at the same time, right? So I'm curious, would they have been allowed to bring in their players a week or two earlier? I got a feeling the answer is no, because I think they, I guess they could do like some NFL teams will have like voluntary training that players can come in on. You kind of like push people to do it, but
right.
Francisco's asking, is it the pitch, the program, or something is off? And I agree with that because it's not the pitch because these kind of injuries have happened with Inter Miami from the very beginning, and we have a great pitch here in Miami, in South Florida. They play in lots of good pitches all around the MLS. So it's not a pitch related. Now, El Salvador, who knows how good that pitch was, but we've had these kind of injury problems for a long time, and I kind of wondered in the past, is it the training program? Are they training them too hard and pushing them too hard, too quick, and then they get these kind of strains and things like that knock them out early?
Well, that's one of the things that people were saying, at least last year, they were saying
right.
about Neville's regime, that they were like, working them too hard, physically, and that's the reason why they got hurt. But, now under Tata, now we're thinking maybe they didn't have enough practice and they were still, somewhat weak, out of shape or whatever. And and these things start happening.
Louis Rodrigues commenting, hopefully the team gets things together and shine this season because eyes are on this team from all over the world this season. Yeah, this season, I mean, last year winning the League's Cup like I'm wearing here was a nice little early bonus, but really expectations are to win everything this year. I mean, at least MLS Cup. I mean, you know, because I would say I would argue that the MLS Cup is more important than League's Cup, and they've already won the League's Cup. They're expected to win this year.
The CONCACAF Championship.
Yeah,
that's the one they want to probably win the most. MLS Cup, I would imagine after that.
You think the CONCACAF Champions Cup's more important than MLS Cup to these teams?
Yep, because they're going to go. The winner of that goes to the World Cup final, the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Finals. So.
Yeah. All right. I guess so. Yeah. Maybe that's for number one and MLS number two. Makes sense. Ash agrees. CCC.
Yep, that's the big one, I think. So they at least need to win. I think MLS and the CCC. Those are the most important ones in my book. They should win at least two, because if they don't, it's a failure.
Tank brings something up that the Dolphins have done. Oh wait, no, wrong. Where did I lost him? This one, no. Saying maybe the team should make an indoor field for training during those scorching hot summer days. I added the days. It's an idea. The Miami Dolphins have a bubble. You know, that's usually what that is. But I always, when I see that, I start thinking, well, then you lose your advantage of training in the heat. So, if you're training in this heat every single day, you're more acclimated to it than somebody from, say, Minnesota. So but other teams do it. So I don't know. What do you think, Ed? Would you be in favor of a bubble for those hot days?
I happen to agree with you. The bubble's only good for when it rains too hard or whatever.
Rain, yeah.
Otherwise, I'm with you. We need to take advantage of the heat, of that humidity that we all so much love. When we're out there working or just walking around. I think that's an advantage that we have against other teams that don't have this type of climate. So yeah, I don't think it's the bubble's not good unless it's like torrential rain or something like that.
I agree. And Tank is saying for days above 100, it never really gets that hot here. I mean, we all like to say if it's 100 degrees outside, but it very rarely gets to be that hot.
It just feels like it is.
It feels like temperature might be, but in reality, it's not. It's not. So, I don't know. Eric Thomas, as far as winning things, he still wants to win that U.S. Open Cup. We were one game away and got done dirty by the injury bug. And we're getting that injury bug again early. Louis feels like it's the humidity that affects, but I feel like the humidity is our, best defense in some ways. When you train in it. But it is, but if you're going to train in that kind of heat, for sure, you got to maybe let up on certain things. Are they, I don't know, get a training, whoever's in charge of the training stuff, get somebody that's used to being in South Florida, not I think the person they had before was that Phil brought in, wasn't she an English woman? I mean, what does she know about Florida? That's what I'm going to say. Somebody that knows what it's like to play in this weather.
What Peter said, yeah.
I don't know. Louis is saying Messi claims that it was the humidity that affects his muscles. Well, I don't know. Everybody.
Well, he needs to get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. He's not used to it yet, so
he needs to get used to it so that he can take it as an advantage. And man, it kind of hurts seeing that Farias and the Kremaski are gone, because at least Kremaski for the beginning of the season, because we need as many players as we can.
No kidding. And they did as far as players, the one thing that everybody's been complaining about is that we needed a new defender, because they got rid of our Canadian defender back there, and so they and I don't remember if you brought this up last week or if it was actually happened this Tuesday, made official this Tuesday that Nicholas. Oops, wrong. Let me change this to.
It's one of them days, Peter Brown. There you go.
No, it's just I got tons of windows open. I wanted the thing to do multiple things. So
Nicolas Freire.
I was gonna ask you, how do you say his last name?
I would go with Freire.
Freire?
But correct me if I'm wrong, people. Put the enunciations in the comments.
Yeah, so this is a defender that they did bring in, so we've got another body, right? That we needed. We were all screaming that we're seeing all these creative players that they're talking about or rumored or what have you. But we all felt like, we definitely need that big central defender. Are you excited about this signing, Ed? Because I've heard some people concerned.
Well, I do remember he played, I believe, in Ecuador with Liga de Quito with no, there wasn't much of a, he wasn't held too high in regards. So I believe he's been around, played for a Mexican team, Argentinian team, obviously. He's basically a mercenary, man. He's been all over the place. That's a good thing and a bad thing. But I guess he's got the enough level to have been signed by those different players. He must be somewhat good. Haven't seen many positive comments from people.
Well, that's what Marco, part of our team here for the Spanish show, he was saying that this guy is slow as dirt. That's his concern with him.
Yeah,
I've never seen him play, so I don't know, but.
Marco had seen him play with Liga Ecuador, and he said, he was slow. It could have been the altitude because Quito's way up there.
Sure.
I think it's the second highest city in South America. So, it could have been that. He didn't play that many games. I think he moved on pretty quick. But I agree with Luis Rodriguez. We do need another defender. I don't think this guy might be the answer. He's probably more for depth.
I think he starts.
Well, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how good he is.
Well, who are you going to start? Who are you going to start then? You're going to start, I guess. Well, I guess it would be between. If you're talking the central defender, you're talking between him and Avalos, right? But you could put him in the middle, and put Avalos on the right or the left of him.
Yeah, well, there's always Christoph, but Christoph is slow too. So
right,
we've got a little dilemma. Give Nicholas a chance, and hopefully he's good enough that he wins that starting position. But I still think we should get another center back.
Kata is saying, slow. He played versus Seattle in the CCL and lost out. He was slow.
Ouch.
And
at least Christoph has positioning. He may not be the fastest guy, but he tries to position himself in the areas, and sometimes he could do it, and sometimes he doesn't.
I'm getting corrected on how I pronounce names. I think that's how I said it. Avalos?
Aviles.
Aviles?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Think of JC Aviles. There you go. JC, president of the Southern Legion. He's Aviles. Same last name.
I don't know his I always just call him JC.
That's true.
I don't pronounce his last name either. So,
mm-hmm.
There's that. Aaron Lee checking in as well.
Like I said, a preview of the game tomorrow, and the Spanish show is going to be the after game.
Right? Yeah, you'll do the post game much later. Some hours later, but yeah, so as far as the game tomorrow, I don't know anything about the other team, so they can't really I don't know what we could talk about as far as them. I don't know anything about them other than
Neymar's not playing.
Neymar's on the team, but he's not playing.
Yeah, I'm sure they have Yeah, all these Saudi teams have a lot of these really expensive players. I don't know who else is on that team. If you guys know, write it down in the comments.
I did look real quick. I didn't, and I scanned. I didn't recognize. None of the names jumped out at me. But what did jump out is there was a lot. They did show numbers next to the name as far as value. Expensive players. They definitely spend some money over there. They've got no problem spending money. But from what we've heard, I've heard that some of these players that signed these deals, they're just waiting to finish out that deal or get out of it early if possible, because the wives, girlfriends and wives of these players are not happy living in Saudi Arabia because it's not exactly woman friendly over there. Yeah,
it's like James Brown said in that one song. It's a man's world, over there it is. Yeah.
Thomas Crown says they're good. They're good over there. Tank letting us know they are the highest scoring and have conceded the fewest goals. So, in other words, we're going to lose.
I guess we're going to find out.
Esteban Mejia says the best team of that league this season.
Even without Neymar.
Yeah, I mean, where are their games broadcast? I mean, do we know?
We should have asked our buddies at World Soccer Talk. They would know.
Well, yeah, just go to their website, which I can do.
Thing is with that league, they've got all these high-paying players, but all the rest of the players are Saudi players whose level isn't as high. So, in that sense, I think we might be better.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got players, I think our players over here are better physically than they are over there. Of course, I haven't seen the games over there, but just from what I hear, everybody's talking about how nightmarish it is. Like Ronaldo, I did see a couple of highlights where you would see his face like saying, "Oh man," like the passes that these guys were doing and stuff like that. I did see some bloopers, man. They do mess up their passes.
Okay. So, Saudi Pro League's TV schedule, and this is exactly where I went, and that's World Soccer Talk. Let me bring that down so you can actually see, give them the credit. So, World Soccer Talk says it is on Fox Sports this year. Well, I don't have Fox Sports, so that's the answer. That's why I don't see them.
Yeah.
How about that? So you could catch the league on Fox Sports, but luckily we can watch these two games on Apple TV. So that's good. But if you want to watch those leagues, they do have some big star players. It's on Fox. Kata coming to the rescue here, but a little bit late, saying it's on Fox Deportes. I say late because it's probably he wasn't late, but there is a delay. So by the time I see it, it seems like it's late. But yeah, I'm excited just to see the game. Luckily, I'll be able to watch it, at least have it on in the background while I'm working. So that'll be good. And both games are on Monday and Thursday are at 1 p.m. So that'll be good. But we just have to, no matter what, we've got to come out of that. We've got to come out of those games healthy. We can't not get any more injuries.
Yes, please. We don't need any of the stuff from last year. Last year, I think I was mentioning in the Spanish show, we actually, started off winning the first 3 games, and then once Gregory was out on that 4th game, it was over.
So talk about Gregory for a second. We keep hearing that he's being offered. There's some teams that want him. Here we go. Flamengo made a proposal of $2.8 million to Inter Miami for Gregory. So,
man, at this
what
stage,
do you do? Flamengo wants him.
Let him go.
You don't let him go?
No, man. I think we're really starting to lose players. He could probably, sub in for either one of those, Gramaski or for he's a starter, man. Gregory's a starter.
It's 3. Yeah. So it's 2.8 million enough? I mean, I guess no, because I mean, we don't have anybody to really replace him. I mean, there are some players. I mean, but I think you're talking a step down. So you're going to put what, like Ruiz in that position?
Right. No. Ruiz is good for. I like Ruiz a lot, but I think he's still sub-material and to play some of those U.S. Open Cup games. He needs to still wait for his time and get some minutes from these other games. But as for Gregory leaving for 2.8, no, I think they were looking for like 3.5 before. So I don't see him going.
Yeah, I think they put a big price tag on him because he's an important player for us. So it's like, everything is for sale for a certain amount of money. Eric Thomas saying we need Mota back. He's still having some sort of green card issue, or not green card, visa issues. So he's not in the country yet. He's not with the team. So he's not practicing with them. He can't play with them until he gets that figured out. But it should be quick. I mean, Inter Miami normally gets these kind of things done quick for players, but for him, it's been a few weeks at least, right?
So yeah, something must be up. There must have been some issue with his visa, or because he's supposed to be I think he's supposed to get his green card, which would give us another international spot.
How would he be getting a green card? Is he married?
That's what I heard.
Is he related or married to an American?
No, he's not getting related. A green. He's the green card's when you get your residency.
I know that, but it's hard to get the residency. It's easy to get one if you're married to an American. So I was like,
that's all I know, Peter Brown. I just read that he's gonna get his green card, and
I'm just wondering how, because it's not easy.
Maybe that's what the delay is.
Maybe. Kata's bringing up a point, which is true. This is going to happen. He hates this game, these two games, because it's going to be Saudi is greater than MLS, or MLS is greater than the Saudi league, and that is going to happen for sure. You're going to, especially if Ronaldo's team wins. I mean, he's a big mouth over there trying to promote that league and get people to go and play in that league. He's definitely going to talk crap about the MLS for sure.
He's going to definitely say that he made the right decision going to Saudi, even though his wife hates it there.
Right, exactly. It's not an important, it's just going to be amongst fans and writers, and it's just bragging rights for the most part. But Tank is bringing up as far as in the midfield, Gomez, Busquets. Busquets is going to be there no matter what. Aviles, whatever. Gomez was playing with the national team and apparently was doing well. Did he score a couple goals?
He was playing with the Olympic team, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So I think they're doing all right. Paraguay's doing decently. I think he did score a goal or something like that. So he's probably going to be out. I think they've got one more round to go, and then I think it's like the first 3 or 4 advance, something like that.
All right. So the other thing that happened this week, and I already kind of showed that photo, it was let's get rid of him. Oops, no, I'm in the wrong place. Oh, one other player news thing that I did bring up this image because I wanted to possibly just mention it because I saw this image floating around, and that is Harvey Neville wearing Portland shirt. So Harvey Neville is trialing with Portland with his dad. His dad's a coach there. There was lots of cries of nepotism when Harvey was on the team here. And maybe those cries may happen up in Portland as well. But that's old news that he's playing there. But this was the first time I had seen him in a shirt. So that's he's still under contract with us. So that we would get some money for him. Probably not much. Right. I mean, a player like Harvey, they're usually giving you like, $50,000 in GAM, something like that. And maybe
it kind of sucks because pick. He really needs to do what Romeo Beckham did, get playing time, get out from under the wing of your parent. I think that's what he needed to do. If he could have stayed here, and he was going to get minutes because there's so many games. I think he would have had a chance over here. But going back to Portland, I think it's just a step in the wrong direction.
It's just staying under daddy's wing, right? And he's a decent player.
Exactly.
He's a decent player. Like here, Tank is saying Harvey can play. Our fan base is being toxic. He's probably going to another USL championship team. That's not a bad place either. Like if he's not good enough to play over in Europe or doesn't want to play in Europe, maybe he likes the US lifestyle, likes living here, then USL is a good stepping stone. I think it'd be better for a player like him to play for a championship team and get minutes every game, be a starter on, say, Miami FC or something to that effect, Tampa Bay Rowdies, whatever. Become a starter and get regular playing time to win. Then you really see what he's all about, and then get an opportunity to come back to MLS with some experience.
Yeah, I'd go for something like that. But I think that's true. Portland's fan base is a lot tougher than we are over here. So he's going to get criticized big time.
Jay Vasquez saying Harvey Neville should have stayed with Inter Miami to lose nepotism talk. He would have found some playing time. He's not bad. Yeah, you could have stayed here and proven himself that, look, I wasn't brought here because of my dad. I'm a good player. He could have done that. But no, he's going back under daddy's wing. I mean, look, it's also possible that the club, Inter Miami, may have gone to him and said, look, we don't really have you in our future.
Yeah.
And
then find another club.
Another club.
That might be the thing too. I still think he's decent enough where he would have gotten some playing time, and I think he should have stuck it out. But
I agree.
The team's calling you, dude. If you can find something better, go for it.
I agree. Tank's feeling like something must be happening behind closed doors. I agree. There's some talk. I would think. Tank also feels like he would take him over Yedlin and Boatwright. So much Yedlin hate lately. I don't think Yedlin deserves all the hate that he's been getting.
And Tank's one of them, man.
Tank's tough on him. Tank doesn't like Calendar. He doesn't like Yedlin. I mean, he's hard. He's tough to please.
Yeah, he's talking about Boatwright. So
throwing him out there too. And that kid just signed a contract.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Give him a chance. All right. Anyway, so the other thing we did kind of mention a little bit is here on this boat, and you already saw the image that I had behind it. We had the team officially was on brand new ship, Icon of the Seas, for Royal Caribbean. That ship it went on its first 7-day cruise this past week. They might be out now. They did a short 3-day cruise for media and travel agents. I've watched a bunch of videos on it, Ed. I already know all about this ship. But the team was out there and they got to watch all the festivities. Messi was kind of like the godfather of the ship. Every ship has some sort of famous person to be the godfather or godmother. Push the big button. But here we get our first look at our jersey, and I saw comments in there about the new jersey. This is the old jersey, but we see it with the anchor. I think it looks pretty good. Specifically, everybody's complained about the pink one that's been leaked, how it all goes down the middle. This is your more traditional look, and it definitely looks good like that.
Sure. I want one, Peter Brown.
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing. I bought the black shirt last year. I'm not buying the same shirt twice just because it has a different sponsor on it. I may buy the pink shirt this year. For me, I'll probably buy one jersey this year. But there's going to be 2 new jerseys. It's going to be the pink one, and there's going to be the third kit. And I got to decide. I don't think I'm really going to buy both in 1 year. I think they're expensive. But if I buy one of them, which do I do? But do I buy the third kit? What people I'm curious what people here without having seen it. right? Because we know the third kits that have been leaked were all wrong. So without having seen it, is it more special to buy a third kit or the pink kit? And, you know, what could be a determining factor for some people is people hate that whole single line of Adidas logo and icon. If the third kit is more traditional, then maybe that's the one to get. I don't know.
Well, I'm definitely gonna get the black one. I never got the black one. I was waiting for the prices to go down. So unfortunately, now with that new logo, the prices are not going down.
Oh no, they're the same price. They're like $200, just under.
Yeah.
When you get, especially when you get a name on the back, it ends up being about $200.
Yeah, and you know I gotta have that name in the back. So that's the problem.
Jay Vasquez saying Franco Panizo says that the Royal Caribbean event was very awkward for the players. It's 3+ hours. They look disinterested. See, okay, I saw Franco's tweets, and he was saying this is like to the effect that you know, this is boring for the players, you know,
like a college sermon or something where you fall asleep.
Yeah, and that this is tough for somebody like Messi having to sit there on a stage, bored out of his mind, listening to a language he doesn't understand. Look, they're professionals. Messi's used to doing this kind of thing, you know. So that comes with a job. And as far as sitting in a room and not understanding anything, man, I do that all the time. I go to a Brazilian church once, you know, every couple of years. I haven't done it in quite a while, but. And I sit there and I look interested and I have no clue what's going on. So they could do it too. I don't know. I don't think they look disinterested. I think it's a big honor to be there. Maybe it was a little long, but I watched the christening, the whole event, because, you know, I do like cruises. You know, as you could see here, I do like cruises. I was on a cruise ship, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship this year or last year. You know, enjoying a nice beverage. You know, the funny thing is, I was wearing the Inter Miami shirt on that ship. This was the same weekend or whatever that Messi was officially announced, and people coming up to me like saying, "Yay, Messi!" Whatever. Now, they're going to be selling these shirts on the Royal Caribbean ship. So I wonder, do you sell, you know, so your sports fans are diehard fans, right? And you're going to buy every jersey. You're going to want every jersey. Royal Caribbean cruise fans or cruise fans in general are kind of similar diehards. They want everything Royal Caribbean. So are we going to see Royal Caribbean people that don't necessarily care about Inter Miami buying Inter Miami shirts just because they're Royal Caribbean fans? Does this sponsorship help sell more shirts because you're now bringing in the Royal Caribbean junkies?
Could be. It might just happen.
Eric Thomas calling me out for my picture here. That doesn't look like a girly man beer, Peter Brown. He's giving me a thumbs up. It is not. It is a traditional beverage. Traditional beer. Like. You know, I was on vacation. I wasn't worried about the calorie count.
Do you know, Peter, the shoes? Most of the players have different shoes on. I see very few togetherness. Adidas. I see Inter Miami.
In that front row, I only see two. It looks like two people wearing the pink shoes that you got. Everybody else is doing their own thing. And Messi was wearing apparently some Adidas shoes that have pink on them, but they're Simpsons shoes. That was funny. I thought that was interesting. Does he get like he just wears whatever the heck he wants, or see, this is where the team should have said everybody looks uniform. Everybody wears the same shirt, pants, which they are. Everybody wears the same shoes. That's what they should have done.
Yep. They should have all had the pink ones.
I like what Mike V says. Mike V says the logo looks like the Decepticons logo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Coco John is in there. He's one of the ones wearing the pink shoes.
Yep. He's got the pink shoes going.
Yeah. So there was a question about when we think the new pink jersey will come out. Normally it happens like 1 or 2 weeks before the MLS season. Now, apparently, and I do have this video game because Ed, I'm a gamer now. I bought a couple months like in October or November I bought a Xbox, and now I'm sitting there playing like till late at night playing these games. I've gotten hooked, and I'm not playing the soccer game as much because it's fun, but it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. So Kata saying EAFC, and that's where I was going. Is EAFC apparently somehow in their game have already shown a majority of the MLS jerseys, the new jerseys, before the official release.
Oh.
Inter Miami's was not in that. I didn't pull that image. I didn't think about until just now. But it shows that like Real Salt Lake shirt is going to look kind of like a Barcelona shirt, similar to that. Some of the shirts have got a very simple look, but kind of cool. I think a little retro stuff there. But it was funny, yeah. So the video game apparently has leaked the shirts before, but normally that's part of the kind of ramp up of launching MLS's season. Is they'll have every team for like 2 teams a day for like a week releasing their jerseys. So I would expect when is our first game of the season is February 21st. So, a week before that is when I would imagine.
Yeah, I just found out my folks are coming in, I think, on that day on the 21st.
Tell them to get an Uber.
Oh, man. No, I mean, they're coming in early, but the thing is, I would have wanted to take my old man, but it's like impossible to get tickets. You guys, the thing is also he's 80. So he can't really go up the stairs where we're at. So, and there's no elevator. That's the worst part. So I need to get tickets, on the other side. So if anybody's got a hookup, let me know.
Yeah. I saw a question on here about. Hang on, let me see. Let me do a search. Kata was asking, will Caneswear change the sponsor for us? Change. I don't think you could peel off the sponsor logo.
Yeah,
can you?
No, that's
like, it's kind of, they come off if you don't wash them properly, but that is a thing. We remember that happening with some people's stripes on their shirts and the first shirt. Those applications can peel off, but I don't think they'll take it off. So he's saying I can let it heat off. You could take it off with the heat. I don't know. But as far as putting one on, let's say you have a blank one. I will find out. I don't know. I know that Caneswear does have the machine to put the sponsor on it because me and Ed did it there. We have a video for that. If you haven't seen it, you can go look for it. So they have. It's just a matter of if they're planning on ordering the logos. So the one thing they don't really do, unfortunately, is the numbers and names on the back. They only have done that when they bought like it preset. So Adidas will sell them the name and number together all in one piece. They bought some of those before and they got stuck with a bunch of like Higuain. So, I think it's a safe bet for them to buy a Messi one, but
everybody wants that one.
Yeah. But they don't set it. Like, so if you go to some other soccer stores or if you go to the stadium, they'll put whatever name you want because they'll sit there and set the letters. Caneswear doesn't do that. They're just not. They haven't done that yet. But they can press it Oh, Tank apparently has gotten them to do the logo as well. They do it. Works great. So, but I'll check with them to see when. What I'll do is I'll find out when they're going to be getting the new icon, and then also I'll ask them if the old stuff is going to go on sale. Because I do know that they put the XBTO logo on a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're going to have sales, and hopefully if they give us a heads up, maybe we should do a video, maybe we can do a live one and have everybody show up while we're there. That'd be kind of cool.
Mike V saying he's definitely getting the black jersey. It sucks that the replica is not actually a replica. It's different. They're always a little bit different. I have the replica of the shirt that Ed is wearing. And it's not quite as bright. The logo, the patch is different. Anyways. All right. Well, I think that tonight it went quick. Kata, one last thing, was asking if we're going to go to the Newell's game. I'm not planning on going to it. I think look, the ticket prices went up so much this year that I'm probably only sticking to the MLS season. What games I paid for. I'm probably not buying extra tickets this year to other games because it's enough. I mean, I can only pay so much.
Yeah, same thing here, man. It's really expensive. My plan was to go to the away games. Take advantage of that I get cheap tickets, but to get tickets to the games is almost impossible because Messi's playing.
I wanted to at least go to the Orlando game. Same reason. I looked up tickets. They're on sale already. And they're pretty darn expensive. They're more than I want to pay. So right. I was like, nah, not this year. I guess I'll wait to go see the team when we don't have Messi.
We're going to have to wait for when Messi leaves for us to be able to do the away games that was our plan, to do some of the away games live. Or if somebody from the team wants to hook me up, I'll pay for my plane ticket, but, help me out, at least, cheaper ticket or something.
Or if a sponsor wants to sponsor it,
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You want to sponsor the trip.
Either that or I got to sell my kidney, Peter. I still haven't done that. I'm waiting for people to join the Patreon. Got to give a shout out to our Patreon people.
Yeah, and we've got a small handful of people in the Patreon group. It's only $5 a month. If you want to give that extra support for the channel, it's much appreciated. It'll go towards more content, being able to do something like that, being able to buy at least one ticket or two tickets or whatever.
It's appreciated.
It's cheap. So if you want to show a little extra support, not required, but if you want to, we appreciate it. But anyways, Ed, tomorrow we've got Inter Miami playing against Al Hilal. And then at around 9-ish, we got a post show, don't we?
We sure do have. We're going to have the post show at 9 something ish because, Latin time, in Espanol. So be ready for that. We also got some cool things that are happening pretty soon. I think before the season's up, we should have a cool new channel just in Spanish, Peter Brown. That's going to be kind of cool. We'll be, we're warming up on that. And there's cool things coming, guys. So expect a lot of content from Futbol Miami TV.
All right, couple of things real quick. Sports Shorts asking, how do I get the game? I can't figure it out to buy MLS Season Pass. Go to Apple TV Plus. Look at the Apple Season Pass tab. I am not 100% sure, but I think these games might be free. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not sure if, for example, Ed and I have the MLS Season Pass because we're season ticket holders. When does it expire? I don't know. And we're going to get, and they give you a code. So we'll get a new code in a week or two for the new season. But I don't know. I feel like it may have already expired, and these games are available. So just go on Apple TV Plus, and you might be able to watch them for free. I think you might be able to watch them for free.
I think those might be free too, Peter. I guess we're going to find out tomorrow.
All right. All right. That's about it. So everybody, thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And Ed will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Hasta mañana.